Hi, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ren James Canyon. So this is my final output on data mining and analysis. So this dataset CSV is downloaded from kaggle.com. So the title of my final output is Exploration Data or Analysis on Geophone Sensor. So the name of the authors is Furkan Sigin and is the URL of the authors. And this is the URL of the dataset. So about this dataset is classified into walking, running, or waiting, with data consisting of statistical features such as mean, median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, first quartile, third quartile, and skewness, along with frequency domain features like dominant frequency and signal energy, all extracted from raw vibration signals. And the description of this dataset are contains 1,440 records with 14 columns, including timestamp, mean, top 3 mean, minimum max, standard deviation, and so on. So its clean datasets, all 1,440 records are complete with no missing values. So I create questions for this markdown. So this is the general datasets understanding. So how many unique activities are recorded in the datasets and what are they? So the result of the markdown is walking, running, and waiting. So the R markdown syntax are not showing because I put an echo false to hide the syntax and only the results are showing. So number two, so what is the distribution of activities walking, running, and standing still in datasets? So this is the distribution of activities. As you see, the pie chart are kind of similar. No, I mean no above, no above in the red, no not small in blue. It's similar. Because the activity count percentage are the same. It's 400, 480, 33.3 percentage, and all the same. So it's similar because the three unique activities contains walking, running, and standing still. The pie chart shows that running and walking have similar frequency, both more frequent than standing still, providing a clear understanding of the proportion of each activity in the dataset. So we are here in statistical data insight. As you see in the table, tens average standard deviation of vibration signals for three different activities: running, walking, and waiting. Standard deviation is a statistical measure that reflects the amount of variability or dispersion in a set of data in the context of vibration signal. In running, 10.7, this activity has the highest average standard deviation, suggesting that running involves more vigorous and variable movements. You see, the running are highest in the average standard deviation. So this sensor captures a wider range of vibration intensities like due to the dynamic nature of running and waiting, although relatively steady, waiting still shows some variability. This could be due to slight movements such as shifty weight, fidgeting, or other small movements while standing still. And it's only 9.96. So walking is it contains I mean the average standard deviation is 9.58. Walking has the lowest average standard deviation, indicating that the movement during walking is more consistent and less variable than running. This aligns with the smoother rhythmic pattern typically associated with walking. So we are here in number three, which activity has the highest mean signal value on average. You see in the console in the table and with accompanying bar graph represent the average mean signal values for three activities. with running, walking, and waiting. This means signal value represent the average strength of magnitude of the vibration signals detected during each activity. A higher mean value indicates that the sensor is detecting relatively stronger signals on average. So first, walking, because walking has the highest average mean signal value as you see in the console, but it looks the same in the bar graph, but the walking are the highest average mean signal value, suggesting that the vibration generated during walking are slightly stronger compared to running and waiting. This could be due to consistent and repeated impact of each step during walking. And so number two is running. Have 2043 in the average mean signals. Running come next with a slightly lower mean signal value than walking. Although running involves more intense and variable movements, and the overall average signal strength is slightly less than that for walking. This may be due or variation is tried to impact forces while running. And lastly, waiting have 2042. Waiting has the lowest average mean signal value, which is expected because it involves minimal movements leading to weaker vibration signals on average. So key takeaways is walking stronger signals. Slightly higher mean signals value for walking might be due to the steady rhythmic nature of walking which where each step generates a consistent vibration patterns. Running variability, despite being a high intensity activity, running has a slightly lower average mean signals value, possibly because the variability in strides and impact forces reduce the average signals magnitudes. And waiting minimal activity, waiting show the lowest mean signals value as it involves the least specific physical movements resulting in weaker vibrations being detected. So we're finished. So we are here in enhanced data analysis or exploration data analysis. Correlations analysis. What are the relationship between numerical variables? As you see in this image in scatter plot of mean versus energy, this image is showing the relationship of mean and energy for a data set. Here's the observation. So positive linear relationship. The data points from a straight line indicating a strong positive linear correlation between the mean and energy. As the mean increases, the energy also increases proportionally. So high concentration. Most data points are densely clustered along the linear trend, suggesting that the relationship between the mean and energy is highly consistent and predictable. So, and the range of values, as you see in the image, the x-axis or mean range from approximately 2040 to 2048, and y-axis range from 1.94 to 2.0, showing that the energy values are consistently in the same magnitude but very slightly depending on the mean. So the enhanced data analysis scatter plot of standard deviation versus dominant frequency. So this is the image. So as you see, display a scatter plot that examines the relationship between standard deviation and the dominant frequency. Observation. Clustered regions. The data points are grounded into distinct horizontal clusters along specific frequency values, while the dominant frequency values are concentrated at around 0 to 100, 460 Hz, suggesting that the frequencies are discrete or occur in well-defined bands. And the standard deviation values range from 0 to about 30. Higher standard deviation values correspond to greater mean variability in the vibration signals. And frequency versus variability for each frequency band 200 Hz or 400 Hz standard deviation values vary across the range, indicating that even within a single dominant frequency, vibration variability differs significantly. So this is the curve plot of standard deviation versus dominant frequency. So this is the explanation, the scatter plot of standard deviation versus dominant frequency. So we are here in the scatter plot of UNIS versus max. as you see, it's scattered there. So visualizing the relationship between the skewness, measure symmetry of the vibration signals and their maximum values. This plot helps with identifying any patterns, correlation, or outliers between these two variables. Higher skewness values might indicate the more symmetry the data distribution, which can be associated with specific values observed in. So we are finishing the scatterplot of skewness versus max. So we are here in time-based analysis. Are there patterns in dominant frequency over time? So this is the color-coded dominant frequency of a visual signal. Dominant frequency over time. As you see, time. Dominant frequency of vibration signals changes over time. The plot is color-coded by activity, allowing you to observe patterns and variations is in dominant frequency for different activities: walking, running, and standing still, or waiting. Throughout the recorded time period, this helps in understanding the temporal dynamics of the dominant frequency and how it relates to various activities. So, findings. So we are here in the final sentence in my final output. So findings, the sensors data reveals the distinct patterns for different activities such as walking or running, which can help classify movements based on their unique characteristics like rhythm and frequency. Additionally, readings vary between individuals performing the same activities due to differences in body structure, movement style, or speed, allowing for personal analysis. Lastly, statistical metrics such as mean, median, and standard deviation highlight the consistency and variability in the data, providing insights into how stable or unpredictable the movements are. These findings are valuable are for applications in fitness tracking, healthcare, and behavior analysis. This is my final output, and this is the end. So I would like to thank you for watching, and bye bye.